Back at it again with them gains. It's your boy Will Aesthetics right here on YouTube. Alright, been missing in action for a while, been working on some side projects. Just want to say that I'm back. Anyway, this video is going to be about why bench pressing is not the only way to get a nice chest. Even though you can't really tell because I'm wearing two shirts, my chest is actually getting better than it was before. Actually getting somewhere, because before, either way, right now my chest is one of my weak points. But yeah, I mean, I haven't been bench pressing at all, and been getting better results than when I used to bench press. Number one reason I haven't bench pressed is because my shoulder is kind of weird. It has to do, it's actually my left shoulder, but it has to do with the ligaments, I believe, with the tendon actually, not the ligament, the tendon. What happens is, like, it's kind of stiff, or at least it feels kind of stiff. So when I go to bench press, it's kind of like it pulls a certain angle, or it pulls in a certain angle, certain direction, and it kind of feels weird, and it feels like I'm actually putting a lot of tension on it. So no bueno, no good, you know. So gotta switch it up. And actually, my boy Donnell back at LA Fitness, personal trainer, he was training for a little bit, you know, and he gave me some tips, and he hasn't bench pressed in, I think, 2 years, he said, and he has, pretty developed chest. It's still on point. So and as you can tell right here, I'm doing my right arm for a couple reps by itself, because it's actually my weaker side. And not that it helps a lot, not that it makes a big difference, and it actually kind of has its downs if you do each side, or if you do one side more than the other. But sometimes I like to switch it up a little bit, throw some little things in there. So cable flies really targets the inner chest, gives a good stretch. Whenever you do cables, just make sure you're not going all the way too far back, stretching out your chest too much, because at a point it's not really stretching your chest anymore. It's actually putting a lot of tension on your shoulders and, like I said, the ligaments. So you want to be careful with that. Now, I've been supersetting a lot, so this one right here just threw some barbell curls. As you can tell, kind of like getting a little bit more, not per se definition, but a little bit, more, what would you say, body, or kind of like chiseling out the muscles, giving them a little bit more form. And then this is pretty much my bench pressing. This is as much as I do. Also, here and there I'll just throw some push-ups in there. But as far as like real kind of like the closest thing that comes to bench pressing would be this. Now, cool thing about the cables is that it keeps tension on your muscle the whole time. So at the bottom of the rep, at the top of the rep, and especially here, you can also you see how my palms are facing down? As you're coming in to the top of the rep, you can always just face your palms together. So kind of like rotate your wrists towards each other, and you get more of a squeeze. Guys, and always remember, doesn't matter if you're injured, if you've gone through, if something hurts, or, it's just like, sometimes, we're born with, I don't want to say obstructions, but we're born with like certain things that probably we can't do, certain movements, maybe some problems in our joints or something, but there's always a way around it. I know a couple guys who've gone through like either like shoulder issues, kind of like the like the AC joint issue, that comes along when you usually, or for the main reason is when you bench press and you go back too far, or you go too low to touch your chest with the bar. That's usually what comes from it. You start getting like a separation in your clavicle, between your clavicle and where it connects to the shoulder. But I mean, the cables are a really great way to work around that, and I know because I've trained a couple people like that, and they're making gains, they're making progress, and they're not hurting themselves. So always remember that, keep that in mind. And as always, keep making gains in mind, body, and soul. And I'll see you guys around. I'll leave you guys with this small clip of last minute curls. Take it easy, guys. Hope to hear from you guys soon. I'll be around. Peace.